y'all? Happy Easter Monday. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jamal. I help individuals and entrepreneurs get access to capital. Today, just wanted to hop on here a little bit about something that popped up and that has come up fairly often. Preparation. And this is great because we're just rolling off of Easter, right? Resurrection Sunday, and it's Easter Monday. Yeah, and it was 420, right? So some people had an amazing time with their friends, their family. They did worship. They had a good word, and some people just, they smoked into oblivion, right? Whatever way. Some people did a little bit of both. They went to church and they smoked. Cool. When I went, listened to the word and everything yesterday, there was the message of being ready to receive. We talk about abundance. If you're on this channel, you're probably an entrepreneur. You probably hear about thinking wealthy or thinking about abundance, reading books about abundance, doing self reflection, writing stuff down in your journal, having SMART goals, doing SWOT analysis, right? But are you also taking actionable steps to be ready for what you've been praying to receive? And this is important because, yes, thinking abundantly, taking notes, writing in your journal, all of that stuff is important. That helps you build up the mindset. But you just can't literally think yourself into wealth. I know a guru will tell you that, but nah, in practicality, as a business owner, you got to make something shake. You got to get out there and move. You can't think food into existence. You're going to have to go out and buy it. You're going to go out and kill something, drag it home, skin it, put it over the fire, and make it happen. And this really touched home for me because over the past week, I've had multiple encounters with some of my clients and potential clients who were searching for capital. They want this money, they want this money, they want the money, but they're not ready to receive it. What's going on, David? They're not ready to receive it. Literally, literally, what would happen, had a client who wanted to get access to $30,000, right? At that time, when he connected with me, he was at like a 620 and a couple of things. We talking about being ready for funding. And I did the work. In 3 months, he was in position to get access to a $30,000 loan. Credit wise, he qualified. He actually asked for 20, but we got him pre-approved for 30 because I know where to go to get the money, right? I know where to go to get the money. Knowing where to go to get the money is the easy part. He kept asking every month, man, am I that much closer? Am I that much closer? How's my report looking? Am I that much closer to get the funding? I'm like, yeah. Finally, submit everything, do the documentation. Boom. All right, bro, you pre-approved. Here's the 30. All you need to do now is connect your bank statement and show some kind of proof of income. Guess what he didn't have? Proof of income. So we spend 3 months getting you into position, and now you don't even have, you can't even cross the finish line because you weren't ready to receive your blessing. You didn't do all of the work that was required, right? When you bring on a coach, you bring on someone to help you. It's not, oh, this person is going to take care of every single problem that I have. You still have to do your part. The bank is still want to see proof of income, right? These gurus are lie to you about having a no doc loan. A no doc loan, a no doc loan comes through when you built a relationship. No doc products come through when they know who you are. When you have a strong credit report, you've been banking with them for 6 months to a year. They can see the deposits going into your account. That's when no doc pops up. But if you walk into a bank, absolutely no relationship whatsoever, they don't know you from anybody, from Jack or Jill, they're absolutely going to ask for that paperwork. So we spend 3 months, I'm working on your profile. I'm telling you, hey, this is what we're going to need to do, right? This is how we need to build out your business. And you don't have the basics of being able to show your income. Anytime you're borrowing money, you're going to have to show your income. Anytime. Anytime. Always be prepared for that, because there's no guarantee that a bank will not ask you. Even if they say it's a no doc product, be ready for it to be ready to be able to show that you can pay them back, right? Be able to show that. You got to be able to show that, because that's what the banks need to see. They need to be confident in your ability to pay the debt, to service the debt. And $30,000 loan is way different than a $30,000 credit card. Normally, the interest rate is lower and it's direct access to cash. So it's going to be a higher threshold. They're going to put you under a little more scrutiny than if you went and got a credit card. Be ready for what you ask for. Do the work. There are no real shortcuts. If you hire somebody to work on your credit, great. Make sure you have all the other pieces of the puzzle. And if you're not sure what those pieces of the puzzle are, what would need to be done, or how to get the pieces of the puzzle, right? Then you want to tap in. You want to tap in. Let's have a sit down. Let's have a 30-minute consultation where we go over your profile. We go over your type of business so that you can get in position. I can tell you what you need in order to be ready for a $30,000 or $50,000 loan. Documents or no docs, it doesn't matter. If you need the capital, then do what's necessary to secure the capital, right? This idea of, oh, I want $50,000, I don't want to have to show no documentation, is killing people left and right. It's destroying businesses, because you're going to have this unrealistic expectation. Don't listen to a guru. Listen to a person that actually gets people funded. Docs are required. Collateral may be required. Okay? You just don't think up $30,000. No, it doesn't matter what the secret says. Okay, you can think all you want. If you sit in a room thinking about something and never take any action, you're not going to get what you're looking for. You're not going to get what you're thinking about, ever. Right? Even in the service, they said faith without works is dead. You got to do the work. You got to connect all the pieces of the puzzle. You can't skip the process. Had another client. They had $600,000 contract. They needed 50 to 100,000. Okay, cool. Let's go through your profile. What you got? Oh, I got to fix my credit. Oh, I don't have any cash flow. All right. So, do you have a cosigner? Do you have something for us to work with? You want to have something to work with. If you don't know what you need in order to get the capital, you don't need to guess. You don't have to guess. You don't have to fumble through. You don't have to find out at the end after submitting the application that, oh, they're going to need a P&L. That's one of the benefits of going through a loan preparation sequence. So you can literally just have all your documents ready. So no matter what they throw at you, you walk in with all of your documents ready. You walk in with taxes, P&L, business plan, articles of organization, EIN number. It's done. Sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. It's okay to take a month or two to get all of your docs together so that you can secure a $75,000 business loan. It's all right. Was there some time wasted? No. Because now that you have those documents, every time you go for funding, you're already in position. You're already ready. You already did the work. You sat down with your bookkeeper. You sat down with your accountant. You sat down with your loan prep. You sat down with your um, fractional CFO or your funding specialist who can help, who now connects you directly to the banks. So no matter what they need, we already went through the process of getting it. And now you're speaking like, oh, yeah, I got that. Oh, yeah, I got that. Oh, yeah, I got that. Here's the email. Boom, boom, boom. Let's knock it out. You're not scrambling anymore. You can walk in confident knowing that you've already done the work. You're prepared to receive what you've been praying for. Because if you get what you've been praying for right now, you'll probably fumble the bag because you're not ready to actually receive it. You want it, but you're not actually ready to receive it. The work hasn't been done. We have to take time to sit around and do the work. I missed out on opportunities that I prayed for because I didn't take time to do the work. I didn't take time to build that foundation. You got to take the time to build the foundation. You got to take the time to get ready. So when the opportunity presents itself, you want $50,000. Okay, boom, here's $50,000. Here's the bank that you have to go to. This is the account that you need to open. This is how much you need to deposit in order to qualify for a $50,000 loan. Oh, Jamal, I don't have that amount to deposit. Okay, so you don't want $50,000 then because you're not ready for it. Like, that's really where we at when it comes to it. It's not beating somebody down, but the banks aren't here to give handouts. They're here to make money by loaning us money. That's what they do. They loan us money and they make their profit on interest. It's not a government handout program, right? We just take the time to understand what the banks are looking for, understand what they want, and then just show them what they want. They need a P&L. They want to see proof of income. Cool. You already got your proof of income. Get the $50,000 business loan. Close on it. Move on to the next thing. Right? I got another client. Those are clients. I had talked about clients that weren't prepared. They prayed for it, but they weren't ready for it. Because when they started talking about documentation, oh, connect to your bank account, it was, oh man, I don't want to do all that. I'm scared. Oh, so you're not really ready for what you're talking about then. You're not really ready for it. Like, don't waste people's time if you know you're not ready. Get ready. Pay who you need to pay to get ready. Set up the consultations so someone can tell you, hey, what do I need? If you don't want to speak to somebody like myself, walk into your bank. Hey, banker, I'm looking to expand. I need a $50,000 loan so that I can close on a commercial property. I need a $50,000 loan so I can purchase some new vehicles, some new equipment. Ask them what they need. They'll give you the list of what's required. They'll tell you what type of credit score you need. They'll tell you what type of profits you should be showing on your taxes. They'll tell you if you need to show taxes. They'll tell you if you need to show bank statements. Now that you have that info, guess what? Now you turn around and you go out and you get those documents. Could it potentially be a lot of work? Maybe. But if you are willing to outsource, pay some people to get the documents together, at that point, you're just managing people. You're like, hey, how's my credit looking? Hey, did you get my numbers together? Hey, I sent these receipts over to you so you can file my taxes. We got to think long term. We got to think long term. Even if you don't need any money right now, even if you're cash flow positive, you have savings in the bank, but your savings is your personal savings account. That's not going to do it. If you want business funding, you want a business loan, you want a business line of credit, everything needs to be in the business. So if you have a bunch of money sitting in your personal account, that's not going to help you qualify for a business loan. Go ahead, open up a business account, put all that money that was in your personal that you've been earning from your business, especially you're a service-based business, right? You do hair, you do lawns, you're doing roofing, painting, right? Power washing, whatever. And that money has been going into a personal account immediately. Today, go open up a business bank account. You can open one with a local bank. Maybe your personal bank also has business bank accounts. Open it. Put all that money into that business bank account. Or you can do an online bank. You could do Bluevine. You could do Lily. You can do Novo. All of these are online banks that will offer you either a line of credit or some kind of cash advance solely based on the deposits that's coming through that bank account. Is build that foundation, right? You can't build the world's tallest building without having some of the world's deepest foundations. It may take you a year to build up that foundation, but guess what? Once that foundation is built, is solid, then you can continue to scale up, right? You can continue to scale up, pay off all your debt. That depends. If you're just a regular person, a 9 to 5er, and you're not operating a business, sure, you can pay off all your debt. Being debt free is cool. Being debt free is a great thing, right? But if you're growing a business, not every business is in position to be debt free. Some businesses still need to take on debt to grow their business, right? But as you continue to go do this, just remember, it's more than just your 3-digit credit score. In 2025 and beyond, we're in a recession. The banks have already learned their lesson from giving everyone money during the pandemic. We had basically 5 years of them just giving people money, right? If you had a 700, you can get a $20,000 to $50,000 product, whether it's a credit card, a line of credit, a loan, or a combination of products. 20 to 50,000. It wasn't hard to do. It was easy because they were just quantitative easing was in full effect. Everybody was just pumping money, pumping money, pumping money. So it was nothing to get a $20,000 credit card, a $15,000 credit card. Now you have to work for it. Now they may start you off with a $11,000 credit card, and you got to work your way up to $30,000. They may start you off. One of my clients, he went to Chase. They only started him off with $5,000. He wasn't mad, right? Because guess what? With a credit card, that first limit is not your final limit. You can always get a credit limit increase. He grew his $5,000 credit card up to $50,000 within 6 months. Are you willing to do the work to get what you prayed for? He wanted $100,000 in zero interest. He started off with $10,000. He had 2 credit cards with $5,000 apiece. We worked, and I gave him the strategy. He built 2 $5,000 credit cards to $50,000 credit cards in 6 months. All you have to do is be willing to do the work. You just can't think about it. Knowing a lot doesn't mean you can do a lot. You want to execute. That's one of the benefits of having a coach, right? We went to US Bank. Was it? Yeah, US Bank. And at first they only gave him $8,000. I said, nah, we're not accepting that. We're going to hit the reconsideration line. Went from 8,000 to 15,000. Using the reconsideration line. No hard pull with the reconsideration. That's just how it is right now. You're going to have to fight for those credit limit increases. You're going to have to show that you actually qualify. And my client has an 830. When he started with me, he was at a 786. Now I got him up to an 830. This goes for people who have amazing credit. This goes for you if you already have your profile built out. It's more difficult now than it's been in the past 5 years. Even with amazing credit profile, they still want you to work for it. They still want you to call in, verify your identity, follow up with them. They still want you to call in and ask for a reconsideration. We was on the phone with Citizens Bank. They started them off with freaking $5,000. We had to call back, get a reconsideration. They gave them, it went from 5 to 11.5, right? And that's when he had a 780 credit score. The banks are getting more tight. We want to put in the work. They're not handing out money like they used to. That's dead. We're looking for $50,000. We gotta work for it. We may have to go to multiple banks. We're gonna have to build a relationship. Put in deposits for at least 90 days. Show them that you can do this, that this is something that you're eligible for. If you want a loan or a line of credit, they're going to look at your cash flow. They want to see that you have the money to pay them back. They want cash flow. They want a relationship. Even US Bank tells you right on their website, hey, our line of credit isn't available to you unless you've been with us for at least a year. Don't let no guru trying to sit here and trick you out your spot saying, oh, I can get you a $100,000 line of credit with no relationship. It's a lie. Okay? It is a lie. Build the relationship. Don't rush the process. If you feel like you're in an emergency type of situation, then you'll probably have to deal with emergency type of lending. You may have to deal with a merchant cash advance, which sucks. The interest rate is out of this world and the repayment terms suck. But if you're in that type of position, you may have to deal with that for a limited time. There's capital out here for every type of situation, but you have to keep doing the work. I can't say it enough. Faith without works is dead. Begging for money is not it. We're not begging the banks for money. We walk in qualified, right? We're not begging the bank. We're not begging anybody for the money. We walk in already qualified, knowing that we meet all the criteria and that we deserve the money. We're not crying, begging. No, our documents are in order. Our credit score is set up. We got our partners in order. Paperwork is straight. We don't have to beg nobody to give us anything. We're demanding it because we know that we're in position. That's how you want to approach these situations. And that only comes from taking the time to do the work. It only comes from sitting down with someone who can evaluate your entire profile, both on the personal and on the business side. Look at your cash flow and say, okay, it looks like we have some opportunities here. One of my lenders who offers SBA funding, you know how they pre-approve you? They look at your taxes. They say part of the pre-approval process, yeah, we'll look at your personal credit, but we want to see your taxes. We want to see your taxes. We want to see how much debt you're currently dealing with right now. That's what we really want to see, because that's how we're going to tell if you could pay us back. I'm giving y'all the game right now so you can write this down, put it in your pocket. So it's like, okay, I'm thinking bigger now, right? Like that first 100, 200, that's cool. You can get that just off of having a clean personal profile with business credit cards. You're like, Jamal, I don't care. I don't want to have to show no docs, no type of paperwork. I just want a couple of credit cards. Okay, cool. Build up a strong credit profile, have 5 years of history. You got a 680 and above. I would even say a 720 right now in this type of climate. Have a 720 and above. Knock yourself out. Every zero interest business credit card, every major bank has it. You don't have to hop on here and say which one's the best. Go to the website. If it's 12 months or more, grab it. Easy. Any major bank has a zero interest business credit card, right? Wells Fargo, Chase, Capital One, Citibank, Bank of America, Truist, PNC. They all have zero interest credit cards. Go to the one nearest you, walk in, speak to a banker, grab a zero interest credit card. But once it's time for the big boy stuff, you're like, Jamal, I need 400. Jamal, I need 500,000. I need to buy a commercial property. Okay, cool. So now we got to get into loan preparation. Oh, you want an SBA? Okay, cool. Now we got to start putting it. Now you got to put together that business plan. Now you got to start making sure your P&Ls is set up. Now you got to get with your bookkeeper to make sure that they're running those numbers. Now you got to get with your CPA to make sure you're showing a certain amount of profit. Now you got to get potentially with your bookkeeper or accountant, whoever's keeping track of your expenses, to put together your debt schedule so that they can look and see how much debt, how much income you have, and how much debt you're currently servicing and what's left over. This is the next level, y'all. Zero interest credit cards is great. I love them. They're quick, they're fast, they're like a utility knife. But it's been 5 years of people telling you about zero interest credit cards. You shouldn't be confused about that anymore. Fix your credit. Don't have no negatives, no charge-offs, no late payments, no evictions, no repos for at least the past 3 years. At least the past 3 years. Some banks, even if it's 3 years old, they'll still deny you. It's a bank by bank situation. No, can't make no guarantee because you're not my client. If you're my client, then boom, we can try and work something out. We can do some. I can research, find some banks that are a little more forgiving for you, right? When you're my client, I ask you, hey, is there any banks you ran off on? Any banks you got a bad relationship with? Okay, who are those banks? Okay, great. We're not going to use any of those banks. Build a customized strategy just for you. Or if you're looking for bigger loans, okay, cool. You're looking for a larger loan, sweet, no problem. Let's make sure you're in position. Let's gather all the docs, your debt schedule. Let's go through your books, make sure we got everything. Do you have your taxes done? How much profit are you showing in your taxes? All of that counts when you start going for larger limits, right? So this is all to say, look, make sure you're doing the work. Make sure you're doing what's necessary to be prepared for the things that you're asking for. Walk in ready. Walk in expecting that they're going to ask you for documentation. Because a guru or anybody with an advertisement can say, oh yeah, no doc exists. But nobody's telling you how to get the no docs. No one's telling you what exactly is required to qualify. I can tell you a lot of banks that have no doc programs. Chase has a no doc program. Wells Fargo has a no doc program. US Bank has a no doc program. Bank of America has a no doc program. That's easy. That's light work. But that's not really your issue. That's not really the struggle that you have, right? Most people don't qualify for the no doc programs. What we need is preparation. What we need is to become qualified applicants for these programs. Do you know how to do that? If you don't know how to do that, it'll probably be a good idea to learn how to do it. You can watch endless free videos. My videos also give you step by step on how to do certain things to become a qualified applicant, how to clean up your credit profile, how to freeze LexisNexis, how to freeze ARS. Even the update, ARS doesn't exist anymore. It's no longer a consumer reporting company. You don't even have to worry about freezing it. You don't have to worry about it. It don't exist. It's no longer a credit reporting agency. Exit out, exit, right? Don't even talk about it. It's a non-factor, right? How to freeze your Innovis, how to clean your Innovis, how to remove inaccurate names and addresses off your personal credit, how to build your business credit, how to form your LLC. These are simple, fundamental things that allow you to unlock the next level of funding. Because you can get a couple of business credit cards as a sole prop. Great. You can get more business credit as an LLC. You can get more business credit as an S Corp or C Corp. There's levels to everything. On here, I have multiple foundational videos. There's over 470 videos on here. You can go through all of them. Type in whatever you're looking for. High utilization, how to remove late payments, how to set up an LLC, how to build business credit. You want to know about the NAV Prime account? That'll give you 2 trade lines of $30,000 on your business credit, so you can get a done score or a paydex score. How to build a paydex score and get a paydex score within 90 days is all here. But having a customized blueprint, on exactly how you need to move forward, exactly how you can qualify for the type of funding that you're looking for your business, or even in your personal life, that's when you want to tap in. All the generic questions, which bank is best, I have a best business credit cards video on my channel. If you're serious about getting to the next level, hit me up. If not, appreciate the time. Check out the other videos, like, subscribe, check out the links in the description of this video. Have access to ebooks, show you how to fix your credit, show you how to build your actual business credit, your paydex score, your Experian Intella score, your Equifax risk factor score, how to build that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, grab the book. It'll tell you what those are, right? It's all there. Click the links in the description below. I see you guys later. Make sure you book a call if you're serious about getting your funding together. All right? Peace.